Weewakam, Weewakai, and Quika. This is VIJHL Hockey on Hockey TV and Mixler.com. Tonight, the Campbell River Storm hosts the Port Alberni Bombers, Game 7 of the VIJHL quarterfinals. My name is Mark Berry, along with Paul Saunders on camera. We're here for the next few hours on this hockey journey, and we're in for a ride, as Wes Rudd had mentioned during the national anthem. I don't know about you, I'm a little nervous heading into this game. And you know what? I got some great advice. We'll hear it during the first intermission from Kyle Ireland. He just said, Mark, breathe. Play at center ice for the opening face-off. Face-off won by Campbell River. That's Franklin. Over to Quaife. Quaife at his own blue line. Expect somebody to come out firing early on, and that's Price in the far corner. Puts it to Corrado behind the net. Storm in their third alternate jersey in that Reds. That's Savy looking for open ice. Savy leaves it back to the point of Franklin. Franklin through traffic, and it goes into the glove of Callum Tongue. He makes his first stop 27 seconds in. The Bombers will be wearing their road dark uniforms, skating from your left to your right if you're listening on Mixler.com. And as mentioned, the Storm in their alternate jersey, the Reds going from right to left. Mitchell Finner takes the draw for the Storm. Won by the Bombers, flicking it towards the front of the net, and it's cleared away by Tongue. Dangerous plays. Storm trying to squirt one in there. Here's Harwood. Harwood looks so good in Game 5 on those end-to-end rushes, and it goes through skates, comes out the other side. Finner taken into the boards by Davidson. Put in deep, in behind the net, Payer. And goes out of play, I believe. And we'll have a stoppage in play at 19:09. As mentioned, a great crowd on hand here at Rod Brindamore Arena. Expect nothing less. Playoff hockey, Game 7. Just a few empty spots, but not too many in the stands. Game 7, VIJHL quarterfinals. Who will face the Oceanside Generals in round 2 in the semifinals? We'll probably know, well, hopefully we'll know before 10 o'clock tonight. Never know with these two teams. Mastrid and Otto can't get it up past Coughlin at the point. Storm in deep. Play in the corner. Cathcart gets it to Ben. Ben with a shot, and from a sharp angle, and Tongue makes the stop. 18:49 left to go here in the first period. Shots on goal, 2-0 in favor of Campbell River. Play's been in the Bombers' end. But as we saw last night and throughout this entire series, the Bombers don't need many opportunities to get good scoring chances. And even though they only had 10 shots last night and were shut out, they did have a couple of good scoring opportunities, and Nick Peters had to be sharp. Bombers in their own zone. Mastrodonado puts it to center ice. Picking it up looks like that's Davidson. Quaife. Bombers intercept. Goes outside the line though. Bombers will have to back up. Vassar Healy with it. Vassar Healy backing up, passes it across. Bombers get it to the Storm line. Storm will have to go retrieve it in their far corner in their own zone. Off the wall, down the ice, Vassar Healy at his own blue line. Bombers with possession. Pass too far for Osborne. Storm intercepts. Going for a little skate is Cal Nagy. Nagy down the left side. Nagy in the offensive zone, in the corner behind the net. Still with the puck in the corner. He leaves it, and Aiden Seal intercept for the Bombers. Brendan Almer will go after it in the near corner. He takes a hard bump. Storm intercept. Billy with a shot. Nice save from Tongue. Big hit in the corner by Billy, leads to a scoring opportunity, and Callum Tongue makes another stop. 17:25 left to go. Tail of the tape is going to be really get that first goal, and good things can happen. Offensive zone face-off for the Storm. Flick forward. Corrado behind the net. Corrado's right out in front. Jalen Price stuns everybody. I don't think anybody knew it was in the net. That Jalen Price has been a warrior in this series, averaging a goal a game. 2:42 the time of that goal. Price and no doubt Corrado will be in on that. There's a discussion at center ice taking place between Evan Vassar-Healy and Steve Brown. Face-off still at center ice. Storm with a 1-0 lead. We'll have to wait, see if there are any other assists on that goal. Puck went out to Price, who was just in the slot, just off center, and took a shot and nobody reacted to it. And all of a sudden everybody realized it was in the back of the net. Storm with possession in their own zone. They'll dump it in into the near corner. Along the wall in the Bombers zone. Bombers will come up with it. They'll bring it out. Pass too far.
Scored by number 20, Jalen Price. Assist number 37, Nolan Corrado. Campbell 2:42.
And it was just Corrado with the assist. Thought Savy might get one. He had touched the puck earlier, but it might have been too long before. There's a bit of a hook, and maybe Savy gets away with one. Here comes the Bombers. That's that's Harwood. Harwood dumps it in. Oh, it's played by Peters. Back to the point. Payer with a shot. He shoots it wide on purpose, looking for the stick of Robbie Steele, who's had an outstanding series, and he puts it out in front. And it's a Storm that'll take it the other way. Rutland. He's got Messer going to the front of the net. Tried to center it. Messer goes down. Back to the point. Quaife blocked. It's a race for the puck. In on goal is Steele. Steele. Breakaway shot. Scores Robbie Steele. And the Bombers tie it up. Another blocked shot by the Bombers leads to a goal. Robbie Steele has had a series. His 4th point. Quiet all season. And when it counts, gets some big goals. That goal coming at 4:09. The Bombers tie it up. A blocked shot, and that's what they've been doing all series. All tied up at 1 apiece. So we're in for a ride, folks. Storm.
Bombers goal scored by number 5, Robbie Steele. Unassisted at 15:51.
Absolutely unassisted. Blocked shot by Steele. He goes all the way down the ice and roofs it. And the Bombers tie this one up at 1. That was their first shot on goal. Storm out shooting them 6-1. And that's really what this team is all about. They are opportunistic. They take advantage of their opportunities. Now the Storm, they were able to overcome that last night. And although the Bombers had a couple of opportunities, the Storm really territorially were dominant. And let's see how they bounce back. Vassar-Healy and Nagy fighting for the puck. Centered out front for Davis Frank, who had a great night last night. Passes it across. Back to the point. Back to Frank. Frank takes this shot. Again, sticks in lanes, and the Bombers doing a great job of blocking shots. Shot! Nice save! Shot from Nagy. And here come the Bombers again, in behind the Storm defense. They're so quick. Pass. A shot from Mastrodonato off the pad of Price. Off the pad of Peters. And there's energy in this game. Hit from behind. That'll draw a penalty. Storm going to the power play. Nagy with the puck. Hit right in the numbers. They're going to call that every time. Storm still with possession. They'll try and set up. Puck just not bouncing for him. And it's intercepted, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Storm will go to their first power play. Storm on the power play in this series are 2 for 19, 11.8%. And it's going to be a loud one in here tonight, folks. Storm to their first power play. Savy will take the draw. Wins it cleanly, back to the point. Frank passes it back, walking in, shot, scores! Shaw Cathcart on the power play. A quick response from the Campbell River Storm at 5:50. Cathcart, probably from Frank. I'm not sure if there'll be anybody else in on that. Shots on goal, 8-2 in favor of the Storm. They're up 2-1. Grotto wins the draw. Quaife passes it back. Franklin in his own zone. Over to James Quaife. Quaife off the stick of Savy. Center ice. Quaife puts it in the far corner. In behind the nets. Into the near corner in the Bombers zone. Bombers will get to it. They'll get it to the line. It's a bouncing puck.
Scored by number 12, Shaw Cathcart. Assist number 18, Davis Frank. And number 16, Tony Davis. A power play marker at 5:50. Cathcart from Frank and Savy, power play goal at 5:50.
And the Bombers at center ice, they'll poke it into the Storm zone. Quaife passes it back. Franklin off the wall. Osborne takes a shot into the breadbasket of Peters. And we'll have a stoppage in play with 12:55 left to go here in the first period. It's Storm 2, Bombers 1. Special thank you to Chris Johnson and Chinook Scaffolding for the tunnel and broadcast gondola high above Rod Brindamore Arena. Mason Cannon will take the draw for the Bombers. He's had a good season. Great in the face-off circle. Wins that cleanly. Vassar Healy with a shot. He was looking for a redirection from Saunders. And the Storm will take over. That's Wyatt Dumont. Nagy in his own zone, under pressure. He leaves it for Benoche. Benoche, good pressure from the Bombers, and they're finishing their checks. It goes out of play. Face-off will be in the Storm zone with 12:31 left to go in the period. Yeah, we'll have a chat with Kyle Ireland during the first intermission. We'll find out his thoughts on the other series in the North Division. Boy, that was a thriller. I couldn't even watch it. I was so nervous. But really a 3-1 final, but it was 2-1 until the very late stages of the game and could have gone either way. Face-off in the Storm zone. Storm come up with the puck. Fans on the clearance, and Storm having a hard time getting that puck out. Hopped over the stick of Peters. Quaife off the wall. Into the skates of Rutland. And the Bombers will come on the counter. Fired in behind the net. Played by Peters. Peters passes it. Storm with possession. Pass in behind the skates of the Storm forward, and the Bombers had it momentarily. Storm, that's Rutland, just inside the line, gets it to Mills. Mills trips his man. He's going to the box. And the Bombers will be going to the power play. And the Bombers will go to their first power play of the night. so far in this series. They're 3 for 21, good for 14.3%, about where they've been all season long. Storm penalty kill at 88.3%. Offensive zone face-off for the Bombers. It's 2-1. Ian Mills in the box for tripping. Storm get it to the line, but not out. Bombers at the line. That's Harwood. Harwood passes it back. Payer looking for an opening. Blocked by Gary. And the Storm will bring it out. Storm already with one shorthanded goal this series. That was from Carter DeBoer out of the lineup tonight. Bend with it. Taken into the boards. Bend, good job. Penalty killing for the Storm. 3 Bombers on him. They're trying to get him off the puck, and he's fighting hard for it. Great penalty kill. He's killed probably 15 seconds, and then he'll get back into the play. Goes to the far side. Bombers having a hard time getting out of their own zone. They'll start up all over again. And here they come. 1:14 left to go in the Sutton's Funeral Home penalty kill. Harwood fires it in, played by Peters. Peters plays it down the ice and kills some time with 1:04 left to go. Midway, just about midway through the first period, it's 2-1 Storm, but the Bombers on a power play. For most of the series, the Bombers' power play has looked relatively good. Not so good last night. And they're having a hard time here, but they'll come into the zone, set up, and the Storm will get it outside the line. Diving for it was Billy. 40 seconds left. Lots on the line for these two teams. Here comes Mastrodonato. Gets it back to the line. Kept in by the Bombers. Shot through traffic. Doesn't get through into the corner. It was Madsen with the shot. 10:07 left to go. 19 seconds left to go. Back to the point. Sandberg with a shot, and it's found a way through. Good stop in front of the net. Sandberg backing up. 7 seconds left to go. Bombers taking their time. Up to Mastrodonato. Crosses a line. Tries to center it. Looking for the stick of Eriksson. Eriksson's knocked down by Corrado, I think, and that'll do it for the power play. It goes 0 for 1, and time for our media timeout. Brought to you by Campbell River Hot Tubs out in Willow Point. Thank you so much again. As always, a big thank you to everything they've done for the Campbell River Storm over the past 2 seasons as a major corporate partner. You know, what they did during the strike, giving out gas cards to the players to get down to practice down in Courtenay was just awesome. And also a big thank you to Fitness Etc., who paid for a lot of the ice time down in Comox too. So really do appreciate our community sponsors who bring you Storm hockey. Just while we're waiting, I'm going to be congratulations going out to the Campbell Retirees U18 Tier 2 midgets. I guess you don't call them midgets anymore. They're U18s who won the Islands on Saturday. Impressive victory. They'll be hosting the provincials March 20th to 24th. That's spring break. I'll be doing the play-by-play on Hockey TV, and I just looked at the schedule, and heavens to Murgatroyd, 19 games. So it's going to be a lot of fun here. March 20th to 24th. The future stars of the VIJHL. Face-off won by the Bombers. Wasn't fair, so waved out of the circle. I thought they were going to wave Eriksson out, and they do. Mastrodonato will take the draw. 9:39 left to go. It's 2-1 Storm. Game 7. Vassar Healy. And it's a steal by Corrado. Corrado, he's got Price with him. Price going hard to the net. Tries to get it across. Great defensive play by the Bombers. Right out in front, chance! And Tongue gets on that puck. He's so strong in his crease. And he has to be, because those are big men going to the front of the net. Corrado, Price, and Savy. Before the end of this broadcast, I'm going to be doing some thank yous to both the Campbell River Storm and the Port Alberni Bombers. I don't want anybody to think that I have decided who's going to win the game. I just want to make sure that I do get my proper thank yous to both organizations who have been absolutely wonderful to me this season. And I just want to make sure that that gets out before the end of the broadcast. Dumont passes it across. Back to Dumont. Dumont onto the stick of the Storm player. Can't get it out. And here's Osborne trailing. Tries to center it. And McLean's playing pretty strong there. And the Storm will take it the other way. Nice toe drag. And here they come, entering the zone. Frank. Quick pass to Frank. And went off a bomber. Storm, though, still with it. That's Cathcart in the corner. Gets it to Frank. Frank protecting the puck. Going to the middle of the ice, leaves it back for Nagy. Nagy through traffic, rebound, out front, it's loose. Shot, doesn't get through. And a great save from Tung. What else is new? Storm with a golden opportunity to make this a 3-1 game. Puck was loose. Initial save was made. You know, Bombers need to just calm down. Calm down. Don't let the Storm get to you. Because the last thing you want to do is take a penalty in Game 7. And you know what? The good thing is that Steve Brown likes to let these guys play. I can't think of a better official to be handling a Game 7 than this crew here. It is a good officiating crew tonight for sure. Off the wall. In the Storm zone. Bunch of players trip over each other. Bombers will play it to the near side wall in their own zone. Up to center ice. Bombers can't get it past Quaife. Quaife with the puck now. Quaife, long lead pass. And it goes off a couple of bodies and the Bombers will get it inside the zone. No, good play at the line by Coughlin. And it goes in deep. Played by Peters. Peters leaves it behind the net. Storm deep in their own end. Up the wall to Savy. Savy, he hits Sandberg on him. Storm can't get it out. Storm player goes down hard. That was Corrado, just inside the blue line. Storm with possession. Up to Corrado. Corrado at his own line. Over to Savy, off his stick and in deep. Savy will go after it with Sandberg. Savy still with it. Oh, good possession from Savy. So strong in that puck. Poked off his stick and the puck goes in behind. Bouncing off Storm players, they'll fire it in deep. And the Bombers will go back after it. 7:35 left to go here in the first period. Storm with possession in deep, all by himself. And the Bombers will take the puck away. On the half wall is Robbie Steele. High stick, Rutland. And it'll be a face-off just outside the Bomber line with 7:22 left to go. As always, our thought and prayers go to the people of Ukraine and the 1.3 million Canadians of Ukrainian descent. Our thoughts and prayers to Ukraine. 7:22 left to go. Storm win the draw. Nagy passes it across. Storm will enter on the right side. Just put it in on goal, and it's smothered by the goaltender Tung with 7:15 left to go. We'll be talking about some VIJHL birthdays coming up in the next few days, and also a little bit of Storm history coming your way sometime when we have some breaks. Face off in the Bomber zone. Shot! Save from Tung. Good position. Square to the puck and makes another stop. He is 10th of the period. Playing the Bombers end. Bombers will bring it out. Up to center ice. Franklin fires it right back in. Played by Madsen. Madsen from Airdrie, Alberta. Bombers will bring it out. Steele looking for McDonald. Good to see McDonald back in the lineup. And the Storm, that's Cathcart, off the back wall to Nagy. Nagy, he'll come out from behind his own net. Passes it across to Frank. Frank at center ice just flicks it down the ice on the goaltender. He missed it, and going after it is Cathcart. Cathcart with the puck, gets it to Bend. Oh, and he missed it. Back to Nagy. Nagy, shot, doesn't get through. Bend out front, looking for Frank. Frank now with the puck. Good stick from the Bombers. And they're always ready for a steal. Coming in on goal, shot! Goes just wide, that was Madsen. Frank. Good play by Davidson, but Frank gets the puck himself. Frank on the half wall. Frank passes it across to the other half wall. That's Dumont in the corner behind the net. Dumont still with the puck behind the net. Dumont passes it back. That's Billy. Billy in behind. Billy trying to twist and turn. Storm come up with the puck. Good possession from Campbell River. Back to the point to Quaife. Quaife. Shot. Blocked by VIJHL. Quaife with another shot. Looking for a deflection, and it goes straight through to Tongue. 5:37 left to go here in the first period. Campbell River 2, Port Alberni 1. (13-3) shots on goal. Well, face-off ended up going straight to the goaltender. Pinching in from the point is Quaife. Quaife. Behind the net. Gary tried to get by his man. That was VIJHL. They'll try and pull the puck out. VIJHL doing a good job behind the net. Back to the point to Quaife. Quaife. Quaife looking for a redirection. Went off of, I think it was, looked like it was Erickson. And he felt that one as he's hobbling. It might be good for him to head to the bench unless he can compose himself. Passes it across. Shot through traffic into the glove of Callum Tongue. Not much of a problem there. A nice high shot, and you know what? You're not going to beat Callum Tongue up high if you've let him go square to you. And really got to make him move. He's a big goaltender, but he's quick. Not long for Junior B. He should be in Junior A real soon. Wouldn't be surprised if he's in Junior A, depending on when this season ends. Offensive zone face-off, won by the Bombers. The Bombers in their own zone. They'll bring it out of their own end. It's a steal from Campbell River. Corrado, he's got Price. They'll try and get it to Price, but it's stolen by the Bombers. And here they come. Oh, misstep by C. Storm, D with it. Far corner. Corrado. Up to Savy. Nice little move by Savy to get it to his stick. But Harwood intercepts, passes it off the back wall. Savy steals just outside the blue line, fires it right back in. Bombers, that's Payer. Payer dumps it into the near corner in the Storm end. Coughlin has got C on him. Storm D-man will bring it out. That's Nagy. Up for Price. Price gets it to Savy. Savy with a shot, scores! Cody Savy! A lot of credit for that goal. Has to go to the work of Jalen Price, who almost acted as a screen. Savy makes it 3-1. 15:59 the time of the goal. Face-off won by Campbell River. They're at their own blue line.
Scored by number 16. Assist number 20, Jalen Price. 15 and 59. Sadie from Price at 15 and 59.
And thanks to Brian Down, our arena announcer. Geez, I wish I'd come up with that microphone earlier in the season. Boy, that you can really hear the goal calls from the arena announcer. Face off to the left of Callum Tongue. Bombers come up with the puck. Good work by the Storm in deep. That looked like that was Finner, and it was. Finner leaves it. Good defensive play by the Bombers, but strong play on the puck by Quinn Messer. Keep doing that. Change direction and ping-ponging around, but here come the Bombers 3-on-2 the other way. Looking to try and get it through, but they can't. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Here comes Messer. He's got Finner trailing. Messer, shot, rebound up front. A chance for Finner, and it's blocked. Storm coming close to make it 4-1. Storm have to be careful. And they'll start over again. James Quaife down the left side. Quaife crossing the line. He's got Ben going to the front of the net. Ben in the corner with the puck. Back to the point. That's Cathcart. Cathcart through traffic. Goes off a body. Went off of Elmer. Elmer with a good job. And it's stolen away by the Storm. Quaife. Frank, cross ice. Shot. Oh, it went through. Deflected in front. Went wide. And the puck will go down the ice. It'll be played by Peters in the corner. Peters, he's got McDonald on him. And the Storm, though, in behind their own net. Storm player hooked a little bit, but you're not going to get a call like that. And it's Vassar Healy. Passes it up. McDonald gets it into the Storm zone. They'll get it out. Vassar Healy taking off his stick, and here comes Cathcart. He's got Frank going to the net. Shot! Oh! Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, where that hit Callum Tongue, but he looked stunned when he stood up and his headgear came off. Well, I'm not sure if that caught him in the face or what it was. I don't know. What do you see there, Paul? Did you see nothing? Took it in the chest, but yeah, maybe he did. And his headgear came off, so I think you're right. It came off the chest, but it stung. And they'll give him a moment to compose himself. Shots on goal, 19-3 in favor of Campbell River. It's 3-1. Bomber goal coming off the stick of Robbie Steele. Campbell River goals from Price, Savey, and Cathcart. And it looks like Callum Tongue's okay. Gives a nod, and it'll be a face-off in the Bombers zone to his right. Tied up in the circle. Bombers will get it to the wall. In behind the net. Up to Steele. Steele, nice pass across to McDonald. McDonald going hard to the net was Harwood. And it passed just behind him. And a good stick from Harwood almost gets a steal there, but Nagy will take over to Frank. Frank at his own blue line. Frank dumps it in. And Harwood is there to get it. Harwood far corner. Good job by Cathcart. And the Bombers will take over with 1:34 left to go. Bombers would love to get a goal in the last minute or so, and they'll get the puck. McDonald through traffic. Doesn't get the shot off. Goes outside the line. There was lots of bodies in front of the net. Madsen, Taylor Madsen. Thought he's looked good all season. He was Defensive Player of the Week at least 1 week and runner-up a couple of weeks. Sandberg crossing the line. Shot! And it goes into the glove of Nick Peters. It might have been going high, but you're never sure with 1:07 left to go. Bombers with an offensive zone face-off. Mastrodonato in the circle against Benoche. One cleanly by Mastrodonato. Sandberg puts it in behind the net to Mastrodonato. Benoche on him. Tries to center it back to the point it goes. Sandberg, nice move to get by and ends up being swept into the corner. Bombers. Mastrodonato tries to center it. Great defensive play. And the Storm players run into each other. Benoche trying to freeze that puck along the corner with 42 seconds left. Coughlin tries to dig it out. He does. In the corner still, Mastrodonato. Hard battles in the corner. And it's Billy. Billy gets it through to center ice with 23 seconds left to go. Here's a chance for the Storm. Shot, nice kick save from Callum Tongue fired towards goal by Coughlin. It was wide, and the Bombers will try and get to it. Gary on it. It's a steal. Oh, but great job by Madsen, as it looked like the Storm were going to steal that one, but they eventually do. That's Billy. Puck turnovers left, right, and center, and that'll do it for the first period of play. One the Storm will certainly like. Okay, first period game summary. Brought to you by Chinook Scaffolding. Campbell Storm opened the scoring at 2:42. Was Jalen Price from Nolan Corrado. The Bombers tied things up at 4:09. A beautiful breakaway from Robbie Steele, and it was Robbie Steele all the way. Blocks a shot, goes end to end, and roofs that puck. Beautiful goal from Robbie Steele, who's had a great series. The Storm went ahead shortly afterwards. Shaw Cathcart on the power play from Davis Frank and Cody Savey. And then late in the period at 15:59, it was Cody Savey from Jalen Price. Great job by Jalen Price to act as a screen. And that's where we stand after 20 minutes of play. Out shooting the Bombers, the Campbell River Storm did 20-3. Okay, so let's head to our first period intermission guest, and that is Kyle Ireland from the Oceanside Generals.
Now it's picked up by Kirky. Kirky brings it in on the right wing side. That'll be fired around the net. Jeremy Dewar trying to keep it in. A rolling puck now down low. Power play is over. 10 seconds to go. Arnett in the corner. Takes a quick glance up at the clock. Picked up by Brendelin. Brendelin wraps it around the boards, and he's going to come out over center. And here comes Miles Carson. Puts it into the empty net. And the Generals win the hockey game. 3-1. The Generals are moving on. Yeah, baby! We'll step inside for a commercial break and be back with more. After this is Oceanside Generals Hockey live on 88.5 The Beach.
I'm talking with the voice of the Oceanside Generals, Kyle Ireland. Kyle, here to talk about the Comox Oceanside series a little bit. And I got to be upfront and honest with you right out of the gate. I never watched Game 7. I was actually way too nervous for both you and Daryl. It must have been a lot of nerves calling that game.
Yeah, it was crazy. Always, I mean, calling a Game 7 can be really emotional, I guess, if I put one word on it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to call, but it's certainly a roller coaster, and especially having Daryl right there. We're so close in our setup. We would keep looking at each other throughout the game and, kind of facial reactions and stuff like that. But it was a lot of fun, and the Generals ended up on top 3-1.
Well, let's just talk a little bit about Game 6 and 7. It looked like the Oceanside Generals really closed down defensively. They just really, as much as, particularly in Game 6, as many times as Comox had chances, defensively, I thought that the Oceanside Generals were really solid.
Big time. And it was a big change from a couple of the previous games, obviously, when the Glacier Kings took a 2-1 series lead. The Generals able to tie it up 2-2, and then eventually win the series. But they really took care of their own zone. And trying to take that top line away of Berg, Swanson, and Kirky is a huge task. It's just so much talent on the ice at one time. And then when they're on the power play and you got Jeremy Dewar out there as well, too, it's just, it was a handful for the Generals for sure. The Glacier Kings, a great hockey team and coached by a great man as well, too, Mike Nesbitt.
Let's, I'm going to talk about the backliners because, a couple players really stand out. But there's a player in Game 6 that really, I thought, was absolutely exceptional, and that was Parker Klippenstein. Talk about his play in the series.
I love the kid. He's so good. Hey, he's physical. He loves to lay the body. Doesn't really say a whole lot on the ice. Lets his game do the talking. But, I talked to Dan Lemon a few times about him throughout the series. And, you want your top guys to perform. You want your Carter Johnsons. You want your Grayson Weemings to be up there. And they did. But it also takes the grinders, the third and the fourth line guys that are going to go out there, give you a good 30, 40-second shift, and get some scoring opportunities and also take care of their own zone as well, too. And Parker, he takes care of his own zone. And the passes that he was setting up his teammates with in games 6 and 7 were just unbelievable. And it really gives the bench a lot of life when Parker's out there either laying a hit or scoring a goal. And everyone seems to love him on the team as well, too. And what a lot of people might not know if they're not familiar with the Generals is Parker missed a lot of the regular season. He was working the camera for me on Hockey TV and just itching to get back in the lineup due to injuries, and then finally gets his chance, and obviously had to get his feet underneath him, not playing for the first few months of the season, but he's really picked it up the last 3 weeks, and he's been a huge part of the Oceanside Generals.
Okay, let's talk about those backliners. How about Brady Van Herk? He was a hero in Game 6, but he's been a hero the entire series.
He is. He's been so good since joining the Oceanside Generals. I'm pretty sure that if the Silvertips, had, maybe not so many 20-year-olds or so many guys on the back end for defense in the WHL, that Brady would be there, no problem at all. But it's a veteran team in Everett, and obviously lots of firepower on the back end for them. So the Generals are benefiting big time. It's an Nanaimo kid, big kid as well, too. Always smiling, loves talking to his teammates as well, too. And you never know what he's going to do sometimes with the puck, because yes, he takes care of his own zone, but he loves to join the rush. And just like Carlson as well, too, it's almost like a fourth forward on the ice, and they do get back when they have to. So I know sometimes it's a little risky when they do take the puck and they want to go, but the forwards have been doing a good job taking their spot on the points, and those two have been absolutely spectacular for the Generals.
Do I have this right, but did the Generals at some point in the series put Carlson up front?
Yeah, that was in, was that Game 6 that it was? No, it was Game 5 when the Comox won, because they started the game with 11 forwards and then lost Thomas and O'Brien due to injuries, so they were down to 9, and they had no choice. They were so short-staffed in terms of forwards, and Carlson, I almost thought that Dan was going to put him back up to play forward in game number 6, because he did so well in the forward position. He's an offensive defenseman. That's his game, and certainly lots of speed from number 8 for sure.
How about the play of Ashton Sadauskas?
Unbelievable. He has got himself in a zone. He's been in the zone his whole time with the Oceanside Generals, going back to last year. He's a kid that it's so hard to get underneath his skin. The Glacier Kings certainly tried in Game 7, but he's so focused, and he's 17 years old. And as Max Creighton pointed out in a couple interviews that we did ago during, I think it was Game 5, Ashton is the only player on the Generals that is going to school full time. So he's got school during the day, going to practice, playing the games at night. He's got a lot on his plate, and he just made some unreal saves, especially the one on Jory Swanson. That was in Game 6 when that game was coming right down to the wire, and some huge saves in Game 7 as well, too.
We could talk about Carter Johnson. We could talk about Miles Carson, Grayson Weemy, and obviously in the next series, you'll be talking about those players, no question about it. But one of the guys that I really like was somebody brought over from the Buccaneers, and I think he's very good in the face-off circle, and that's Evan Dice.
Evan Dice, yes. He was moved up to the top line when JT was knocked out of the lineup, and he didn't look out of place at all. Normally playing on the second and third lines, but he won some key face-offs, especially in his own zone as well, too, in Game 7. And he's been a treat to talk to. I know his teammates absolutely love him, and he's been a big piece of the offense as well, too. I know they would like to be on the score sheet a little bit more, but he's doing things in the offensive zone that are helping the Generals win. Yeah,
I'd agree with that. Sometimes, stats are important, but sometimes there's an overemphasis on stats. What I see with Evan Dice is usually when he's on the ice, the puck's in the offensive zone, which is really what you're trying to get at. And I've rarely seen Evan Dice have a bad shift. So any players that you want to talk about that maybe, don't get the notice because there's so many skilled players on the Generals?
Sean Brendelin. I called him the Swiss Army knife earlier in the season, and the boys got a kick out of that. But that's what he is when he's on the ice. There's so much that he can do, whether it's winning faceoffs, blocking shots on the BK, laying some big hits. You know, loves getting in the grill of the other players too, especially the stars on the other team. And you know, he's great in the community. He's great with the fans, and I don't know, he's got to be one of my favorite generals. I mean, I love them all. You got to love the team that you work for. But Sean Brendelin comes from a great family, a great hockey family, and of course the younger brother of James Brendelin, so former Oceanside general netminder. But Sean's been really good in the playoffs.
As anybody around the VIJHL knows, you call more hockey games than anybody else in the league, home and away for the Generals. Talk a little bit about the season and what it's meant for the organization, because I think the Generals have had just an incredible season. And were it not for the fact that the Storm won so many games, I think more attention would have been paid to the fact that, you know, it was a banner season for the Generals.
Oh, absolutely. There's lots of positive vibes around the organization. And, I mean, breaking single-season records in terms of points and wins and goals for has been great. And I think we've seen, obviously, the Comox fans travel great on the road, but 717 people for Game 7 at the Howie Meeker Arena was amazing. And there's lots of people talking about the Generals now. You know, you go back 5 or 6, 7, 8 years ago, that wasn't the case. Mm-hmm. But this year's different. And, you know, I've gone into a couple of stores because, you know, I love my food before the game. And people will recognize me and they're like, go Gens, go Gens, go. And, you know, I've talked to a couple of the players about it as well, too. And even during the regular season, they were getting stopped in the grocery store. They were getting stopped at the gas station because people recognized them. And for a junior B hockey player, that's pretty cool. And it's great for the community and great for the organization as well, too.
You know, you touched on it. You touched on the 717 fans that made it to Game 7 at Oceanside Place, Howie Meeker Arena. But let's just talk about that. What have you seen a playoff like this season with the attendance we're seeing on the North Island? Like 578 for the Port Alberni Bombers. I don't know what the number was for the Glacier Kings in Game 6, but it had to be over 600. You guys 717. I mean, it's no surprise Campbell River draws 782. But as a division, the attendance in the North is just amazing this season.
Yeah, it's great to see. I don't know, like obviously when during the COVID shortened season, you know, fans at that time, you know, weren't allowed in the arena. Then 50% capacity, you started seeing them coming back. But once the playoffs have hit, it's great to see, and it's you kind of feed off it as a broadcaster as well too. And I know the players do obviously because they love a packed barn. But as a broadcaster, there's just so many people around and cheering and making noise, and it makes for a great atmosphere.
Yeah, you had your Game 7 on the weekend. I have my Game 7 tonight. You know, I've already got the aspirin packed away for my jammer that I'm sure to have sometime in the second or third period. And I do have a note that'll be attached to my shirt saying, please do resuscitate. Because it should be
just
something
breathe,
else.
Breathe, Mark, breathe.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, Game 7. But Kyle, you're into the next round. You must be excited. You must be having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Winning is fun, you know, and it's great. I'm so happy for the Generals. I'm happy for Dan Lemon, Max Creighton, Reed Coleman, Rick Hannibal. They put in so much work, and they love this hockey team, and it shows. And it's great. It's going to be really exciting. You know, in my mind, though, I'm kind of thinking if it's Port Alberni, you can get deep fried mac and cheese. If it's Campbell River, you got poutine. So the concession stands are going to be great in round 2, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Kyle Ireland, the voice of the Oceanside Generals on Hockey TV and 88.5 The Beach. Thank you for doing this.
Hey, no problem, Mark. Have a good call tonight.
Thank you. And we're back here at Rod Brindamore Arena in beautiful Campbell River, British Columbia. It's the Campbell River Storm. And the Port Alberni Bombers still about a minute before the start of the second period. It's 3-1 here. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard. No other games in the VIJHL. Over in the PJHL, it's Delta and White Rock tied at 1. That is after one period of play. Of course, Delta will be hosting the Cyclone Taylor Cup. And over in the KIJHL, just bring up my KIJHL sheet. And where is it? It is right here. Perfect. And unofficial final, Kimberly defeats Columbia Valley 5-4. 1-1, Revelstoke and Kamloops. That's a heck of a series, Revelstoke and Kamloops. I think it's tied at 1 apiece. 1-1, that's in the second period. And Beaver Valley leading Nelson 4-2. Nelson with a big win over Beaver Valley last night or the night before. And it's 3-0, Soyuz and Summerland. Soyuz leading Summerland, and that is early in the second period, and Summerland having a heck of a great playoff. And of course, all eyes are always on the KIJHL. They have such great teams and rivalries over there. PJHL, of course, hosting the Cyclone Taylor Cup. Callum Tongue hits the ice. Storm also. And we're back here, 20-3 shots on goal. And we'll recap scoring in just a moment. Once I make sure that Mixler is up and running, and it is perfect. Scoring in the first period for the Campbell River Storm, it was Price, Cathcart, and Savey. For the Bombers, Robbie Steele. Big period for the Bombers. They'll want to get back in this one. This is my 16th game calling a Bombers game, so I got to see them a lot. So I know it's a team that can come back. Played down the ice, and going back for it is Franklin. Franklin takes a bump, just sidesteps the bump actually. Storm will bring it out. Down the right side. It'll be too far. Icing will be the call. The Campbell River Storm will be skating from your left to your right in their third jersey red. And the Bombers in their road darks will be skating from your right to your left. When the Campbell River Storm are leading after one period of play in this series, they're 2-1-1. The Bombers, when trailing, are 2-2. Makes sense. They're only faced each other. Face off, won by the Bombers, and it'll go outside the line. Sandberg will have to retreat back to center ice. Madsen now back to Sandberg. Sandberg to Madsen. Madsen up to Steele. Carson Steele takes a shot, turns it aside. That was, of course, Peters turning it aside. Storm along the wall in their own zone. Corrado tries to dig it out. And it was Steele that got it through. Storm player knocked down, no call. Fans upset. Merritt fighting for the puck. Gets a steal momentarily. Storm will bring it out though. And here comes Savey. Savey with speed. Savey, sharp angle shot. Nice save from Tongue. Goes all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. It'll be played by Peters. Savey with a good shot. Lots of mustard on that one. Low along the ice. And here comes Corrado. Corrado tries to feed Messer, but it was too far for him. Bombers will bring it out. Oh, and missing the check was Savey. Crossing the line with the Bombers. Savey dumps it down. Played by Tongue. Tongue near corner. Up the wall. Messer gets it back to Nagy. Nagy passes it across. Working in and shot. And gets to Tongue, but was redirected in front of him. 18-16 left to go here. When the Campbell River Storm score first in this series, they're 3-1-1. Offensive zone faceoff for Campbell River. Finner wins the draw. Shot doesn't get through. It was blocked. Might have actually gone off the Storm player. And here come the Bombers. That's Davidson. Davidson poked off his stick, but the Bombers had it momentarily. Storm take over. Off a skate. Shot. Caught up in the pads of Tongue. Will have another stoppage in play. Face-off will be in the Bombers zone. 17:58 left to go here. Game 7, VIJHL quarterfinals. Campbell River Storm and Port Alberni Bombers. It's been a whale of a series. Benoche takes the draw against C. Storm with possession, back to the point. Put in deep, goes by Billy. Payer just helps it along to the other side, along the wall. Stumbling was McLean, and the Storm will keep it in. With some speed behind the net, that was Quaife, and it goes out of play. Face-off may go outside the line. It should, and it does, with 17:39 left to go. Well, I'll give you some historical facts from the Campbell River Storm on this date in history. It's coming up shortly. Face-off will be just outside the blue line on the right side of the ice. Mills goes off a Bomber's stick and in behind the net. McLean gets it up to C. C tries to dump it in deep. It's intercepted by the Storm, and then they fire it down the ice. That will be icing. And we'll have a stoppage in play. This date, in 2016, the Storm won Game 1 of the semifinals with a 6-1 victory at the Brindy over the Buccaneers. Storm legend Colin Blake struck twice. Also scoring were Keenan Scardina, Michael Hollab, Alex Rozalowski, and Austin Steger. Jake Mullen from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, earned the win in net. Colin Blake, boy, he was a beauty. Storm lose the face-off. Bombers get a weak shot on goal. Cannon taken into the boards. Puck comes out, and that's Bend with it behind his own net. Bend in the corner, off the wall. Gets it to Cathcart. Cathcart gets it outside the line to center ice, and it's dumped in by Frank. And we'll have a face-off. Where's that face-off going to be? It's going to be outside the blue line. 17:02 left to go. Yeah, Colin Blake, the career all-time scoring leader for the Campbell River Storm. 14th overall in the VIJHL since its inception in 1965. He was a beauty to watch from Maple Ridge, BC. Play in the Storm zone that was played by Peters. Here comes Franklin. Franklin, lead pass up to Savy. Franklin going hard to the net. Savy, top of the circle, walks in, takes a shot. Through traffic, there was traffic in front of the net, and it goes out of play. Face-off will be in the Bomber zone. It's good traffic in front of the net. 16:44 left to go. Savy, Corrado, and Price out for Campbell River against Erickson. Storm win the draw with possession. Good work by the Bombers. Oh, chance! A good blocker from Callum Tongue to get it out of danger. Here's Franklin walking in. Blocked by the Bombers, and they'll bring it out. Dumped into the near corner. Going to it is Franklin. Franklin passes it to the other side up to Price, goes through his stick, and he'll try and steal it, but the Bombers will, it's poked off their stick. Storm take over. Franklin dumps it in. And it was offside, I believe, so we'll have a stoppage in play. Yeah, Colin Blake was the type of guy that proves that you don't have to be a big player to put up big numbers in this league. Yeah, he could only see out of one eye, but he still ended up with 100 career goals and 169 assists. When he originally came to the Storm for training camp, the Volunteers asked him if he was there to see his big brother. But what a career he had with the Storm. 4.5 seasons. Madsen passes it back. A lot of kids from Maple Ridge on the Bombers' side. Storm thought there was going to be an icing call. It was waved off, and the Storm will bring it up. Up the wall. Too far for Price. Good follow-up by Corrado, and the Bombers will bring it out. Dumped in. Big hard hit for McDonald as he knocks his man down. Storm will get it outside the line, but Bombers take over. Caught up in the skates of Madsen, but He recovers, passes it back. Savy. Oh, taken hard into the boards. That was a good crunch from Carson Steele. Bombers under pressure in their own zone. Good work by Rutland. Bombers will get it up the wall. Madsen now. Madsen will bring it out. Dumps it in, and Storm player was ready to deliver a hip check, but Madsen's big, and he knocks him over. Behind the net, Storm with possession. Goes off a stick. Finner circles back. Finner leaves it. Nagy, nice pass up to the far side. Finner in the middle of the ice, puck behind him. Storm get it to the corner. Finner back to the point. Dumont passes it over to Franklin. Franklin into the corner, behind the net. Storm with possession. Finner. He's got Messer out front. Gets it back to the point. Storm with possession. Good O-time. Goes too far, and it's Rutland in the near corner now with it. Rutland leaves it. Messer passes it back to the point. Dumont just puts it in deep to Rutland. Rutland gets it behind the net. That's Finner. Finner bounces it off the back of the net, gets it in the corner. Finner. Messer with a shot, and a pad save. Storm. Bombers now. Osborne gets it up ice looking for Merritt, who is cruising. And the Storm will cross. Oh. Guess the guy just coming off the ice was still offside, so 13:39 left to go. Shots on goal 24-5 in favor of the Storm. (4-2) in favor of the Storm so far in this period. 6 minutes, 21 seconds gone in the second. It's 3-1 still. Campbell River, all the scoring in the first period. Caught up in bodies, and the Storm will try and get it out, but they can't get it out. That's Vassar Healy. Vassar Healy, top of the circle. Shot! Ooh, doesn't miss by much. Back to the point. Elmer fired it in. Storm will try and get to it, but pinching it at the point was Vassar Healy. You can see the Bombers going for it now. They're trailing by 2. Lots of hockey left to play. Elmer to Vassar Healy, cross ice. Shot through traffic, and a nice save from Peters. Osborne takes his man. That was a good non-call by Brown. Shot, nice save off of Billy. Fans wanted a penalty, but you could call a hook and you could call a holding the stick. And here come the Bombers at Steele. Steele working hard, puts it towards the net, turned away by Peters. You can see the Bombers just picking up their pace a little bit. Storm, too far for Gary, but good job by the Storm to take over. It's a steal, in on goal, shot! Can't get through. Tongue challenged. But a dangerous play in front of the Bombers' net, and coming out hard though was Callum Tongue, and Bombers looking for a penalty now. Both teams looking for penalties and just none coming, and you can kind of feel one coming sooner or later. Puck just bouncing really badly. Both teams having a hard time tracking it down. 11:42. McDonald, did he get his stick on it? Yes, he did. And it'll be played by Peters. Peters down the ice looking for Cathcart. Cathcart up to Frank. Frank in on goal, puts it just wide. He was just impeded enough. And Storm players fortunate not to take penalties, man. He's letting them play. I think he could have called like 3 or 4 both ways in the last 4 or 5 minutes. And really, you don't want to give the referee an opportunity to call a penalty. That was a good check from Payer as he has words for Frank. Bombers really giving her. Yeah, that's Payer. Puts it to the middle of the ice. And gambling perhaps was Quaife, and Quaife does enough, I guess, not to take an interference call. It's flicked down the ice. Bend. Oh, takes his man out. Bend comes up with it. He's taken down. Might have tripped over the net. He's letting him play. Cathcart in the middle. Can't get through. It's Frank now with it. Frank in the corner. Good job by Frank. Passes it to the point. A little too hot to handle. The Bombers will take over, and here comes Harwood. Harwood. He goes up the middle. Harwood takes a shot. Turned aside by Peters. 10:07 left to go. Then Harwood goes down. Storm will get it out. Here they come. That's Jalen Price. He's got Savy with him. Price to Savy. Savy. Hooked up a little bit, but not enough to draw a penalty. Savy. Savy with it. Shot! Nice save. There was room there. And Tongue with another stop. 9:48 as the pace picks up. That'll be our media timeout. Brought to you by Canadian Tire. Great supporters of minor hockey and junior hockey in this country of ours. And wow, what a game so far here. Let's talk about some birthdays. Coming up on Thursday, Jackson Goods from the Campbell River Storm will be turning 19 years old. Aiden Baldo from Lake Cowichan turns 18, and Ben Akenclose of the West Shore Wolves turns 20. On Friday, Sean Meehan of West Shore turns 20 years old, and some former Storm players today. Let's see. Bradley King, a forward who played in the 2012-2013 season, is 27 years old today. Let's look at the NHL. Former Vancouver Canuck Tracy Pratt is 79 years old. He played 10 seasons in the National Hockey League. 3 were with the Canucks from 73 to 76. I remember him so well. The son of Hockey Hall of Famer Walter Babe Pratt, who later in life became the Goodwill Ambassador for the Vancouver Canucks and a color commentator on Hockey Night in Canada. I used to love listening to Babe Pratt talk hockey on Hockey Night in Canada, Saturday nights when the Vancouver Canucks were hosting. But he, Tracy Pratt, former Canuck, 79 years old today, lives in New York. Offensive zone face-off. 9:48 left to go in the second period. Cody Savy takes the draw, puts it in the corner. Price comes up with it behind the net. Savy helps him out. Savy with it now. Corner, Savy, half wall. Takes a shot, goes off his skate. Rebound. Price with a chance, goes off the side of the net. Back to the point. Good traffic in front of the net. Savy. Storm end up, dangerous play. You got to be careful with the Bombers because they're opportunistic. They'll fire it in. And it goes to the near wall in the Storm zone. Into the middle of the ice. Storm will bring it out. Great chance for the Storm there moments ago. Shot, goes off. Bomber player all alone in front of the nets. Storm now. Thought Corrado was by himself, but there's a defender there. Corrado now behind the net. Corrado still with it behind the red line. Comes out in the middle of the ice, backhand. Rebound, puck's loose. Puck was loose, and Stormer tried to dig at it, and somebody gets the puck to Callum Tongue, and that was close. Shots on goal 30-7 in favor of Campbell River. 8:51 left to go here in the period. Callum Tongue playing hard, never gives up. Nathan McDonald in the face-off circle for the Bombers. Storm will switch up a little bit. Finner loses a draw to McDonald. Bombers, that's Madsen. Off the wall, goes down the ice, takes a good bounce, and going hard after it is McLean, and losing a tire, blowing a tire was Quaife, but he recovers. Storm now with possession in their own end. Pass in behind Ben Coughlin. They'll just try and dump it in, but good play by the Bombers, and right in neutral ice Rutland comes up with it. Rutland passes it back. Here come the Storm. Quaife into the near corner. Chasing it down is Rutland. Helping him out is Finner. Finner far side. Back to the point to Coghlan. Coghlan walks in. Coghlan, middle of the ice. Thought about it, but retreats back to the blue line. Storm player knocked down in front of the net. Shot through traffic. Pad save. Great positional save. As Callum Tongue comes way out to make that stop. Exactly 8 minutes left to go here in the period. Face-off in the Bombers' end. Eriksson wins the draw. Bombers will go off the Storm stick, I think, and out of play, but nope, they're saying it went off the Bombers stick and out of play, so face-off will be in the Bombers' end. Campbell River weather overnight clear, a low of -1, that's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow's going to be a beauty, sunny and 50 degrees, that's 10 degrees Celsius. You know what, I started feeding my fish already. It's so great, beautiful outside by the pond, and it's a Storm with possession. Oh, and a good stick from Saunders. Storm will fire it in deep. Going back for it is Madsen. Madsen behind his own net. He'll come out the right side, pass it up the wall. Too far for Sanders. Sanders pokes at it, and he tries to. Two players going hard at it was Mills and Sanders. Mills in behind his own net. He'll skate it out. Out he comes. Slows down at his own blue line, just dumps it in. Played by Tongue. Tongue leaves it. Bombers will bring it out. 7:21 left to go. Saunders rubbed out by Savy. Storm will try and get it down the ice, and maybe just a little too far. It's nope, waved off by the linesman. Bombers. They'll try the left side. Into the middle of the ice. Saunders recovers. Goes off a couple players into the Storm end. Nagy now off the back wall to Franklin. Franklin gets it to center ice where it's taken over by Jackson Payeur. That's one of the Maple Ridge boys. Up the middle of the ice, played by Saunders, into the Storm end. Off the glass, outside the line. Steele has to wait for his teammates to get onside. Eriksson, good job by Eriksson, gets it into the corner. Eriksson, up the wall, back to the point to Harwood. Harwood, blocked by the Storm player Gary, and the Bombers just inside the blue line will try and dig it out. Puck frozen along the wall. Benoche off the back wall to Franklin. Franklin up to Billy. Riley Billy, the 20-year-old from Campbell River. Played at Shawnigan Lake. In behind the net. Still with it is Billy. Billy back to the wall. Franklin with it. Franklin down ice into the corner. Gary. Gary in the middle of the ice shot. Oh, what a glove save from Tongue. There was room just over the pad. 5:51 left to go. You know what? I can't wait for my cataract surgery because that looked really good. I imagine how good it would look if I could actually see. 3-1 the score. Campbell River Storm leading the Bombers. Game 7. Shots on goal 32-7 in favor of the Storm. And Bombers will bring it out. Here's Merritt. Merritt, he's been quiet so far. Not really you don't really expect that from Merritt. He's usually very, very hot. Storm have done a good job of quieting him down. Can they do it for the entire game? And the Storm will bring it out. Here come the Storm crossing the line to Cathcart. Trying to get it to Frank. Goes off the Storm player into the corner. He's taken down, whistled down, and we'll have a stoppage in play.
The blue ticket you bought from Don. We're looking for number 7071983. 7071983. If you've got that ticket, you got a center ice skating immediately following this period for your chance to shoot.
And the face-off will be in the Bombers' end. Pinching in was Franklin. He gets it behind the net. Back to the point, Quaife. Quaife to Franklin. Franklin puts it to Finner behind the net. Finner, far corner. Sharp angled shot. It's cleared away by Carson Steele. He'll skate it down the right side. Storm will break it up. Lots of stuff happening. It's a boisterous crowd tonight. Here comes Harwood. Harwood. Nice little move by Harwood. Staying with him was Franklin. He takes him into the boards. And then Merritt takes his man into the boards. And the Storm will come out the other side. Off the glass, down the ice. It goes to Evan Vassar-Healy. Bombers with possession in their own end. That's Davidson, middle of the ice. Too far for Osborne at the other side. And the Storm will fire it into the Bombers' end. Vassar-Healy retreats, puts it down the ice, and everybody misses it. They're going to wave it off. Good wave off. Good call by the linesman as Franklin could have got to it. I like the way they're calling the lines here tonight. Played by Tongue. Bombers now. Goes off a skate. Coughlin fires it right back into the Bombers' end. Goes to the stick of Evan Vassar-Healy. It's fired down the ice. Icing will be called here. No, it's waved off by the other official. That's Peters. Passes it up. Coughlin passes it in front of his own net. Dangerous call, and Peters smothers the puck. Will have an offensive zone face-off for the Bombers with 3:31 left to go. I just saw a tweet from Tom Arlitz from the Victoria Cougars, and I don't know if I could handle an overtime, Tom. And here come the Storm. They'll push it down. Going hard after it is Ben. Ben in the corner, far side, behind the net now with it. Into the near side corner. Ben puts it across. Back to Ben, too far for him. Ben in the corner, on the wall. Thought about shooting, takes a shot. Easily. Oh, thought it was easily gloved by the goaltender, but when he went to sweep it, he swept it away from himself. And the Storm now, they'll lose possession in the offensive zone, but momentarily. Cathcart now with it, looking for Ben. It went off the stick of Frank. It was hopping, and the Bombers will get it down the ice. It's a bouncing puck. Jeez, like it was bouncing, Peters. Nick. That was a close call. That would have lifted the spirits of the Bombers, no question about it. Cathcart. Frank passes it across. Bouncing puck, Bend. Swing and a miss. And he still has possession. Puts it in the corner. Ends up behind the net. Storm with possession. Cathcart back to the point to Nagy. Nagy just inside the blue line. Takes a shot wide. Looking for a rebound out front. Oh! And it was a chance. It was on Cathcart's stick. And the puck just bounced at the last minute on him. Storm tag up. 2:04 left to go here in the second period. It's Campbell River 3, Bombers 1, and they'll fire it down the ice. And two Bombers way deep behind the Storm. And here comes Billy. Billy, shot wide. It was a hot shot. Didn't miss by much. But Osh does a good job along the wall. Bombers will dig it out. And they'll get it down the ice, and that should be icing. And it will be with 1:37 left to go. And it looks like Brett McLean slow to get up from the boards. He's okay, gets a pat from his teammate Taylor Madsen. 1:37 left to go here in the period. So during the intermission, not much planned for you. Hammer played the overtime goals last night, so you guys heard that one already. So I'll just be a talking head for a 15-minute intermission, so feel free to hit the fridge. Coughlin inside the line. Fires it to the far corner. Storm with possession. Cross ice back to Franklin. Franklin works it in. Toe drag. Franklin with a shot. I'm sorry, Coughlin with a shot. Puck goes just wide. It was Coughlin all the way. I don't know why I got Franklin there. Shot. Change direction. Coughlin thought about pinching in. Activated just a wee bit. And it's Corrado with it. Corrado takes a shot on goal, and it's swallowed up by the goaltender with 50.7 seconds left to go. And both teams just need to skate away. Not going to do your team much good in the penalty box. 50.7 seconds left to go. Price and Madsen still jawing at each other. I think they were just inviting each other over for video games. This hasn't been a series that was overwhelmed with animosity. There has been some, no question about it. Here comes Davidson. Davidson trying to get around Franklin. Davidson loses the puck, and here comes Ben. Ben with speed down that left side. Ben crossing the line. He's got Frank with him. Ben with a chance, gets it in front of the net. It's swept away by Payer. It goes off the back of Merritt, and here comes Ben. Ben just inside the line. He's had a good game. Goes to the far side. Frank over there. Puts it in front and just missed the stick of the Storm player cruising through the slot. Along the wall. Just 9 seconds left to go. Cathcart settles the puck down. Frank in his skates, and that should just about do it. And to our game summary, no scoring in that second period, all the scoring in the first period. Starting things off at 2:42 was Jalen Price from Nolan Corrado. And then at 4:09, beautiful goal from Robbie Steele, unassisted. Block shot leads to a scoring opportunity for the Bombers, and that's really what they've done very, very well all series long, is block shots and really plug the lanes. I mean, I don't think I've seen a series with this many block shots in it. So it was 1-1, 5 minutes into the first period. At 5:50, Shaw Cathcart on the power play from Davis Frank and Cody Savey made it 2-1. And then at 15:59 of the first period, it was Cody Savey from Jalen Price. And that's where we stand. Shots on goal after 2 periods of play. 35 for the Campbell River Storm and 7 for the Bombers. So the Campbell River Storm out shooting the Bombers 15-4 in that period. And that's not going to get it done if you're a Bombers fan. They're trailing by 2 goals, and stats really don't mean much when it comes to fighting for your playoff lives. But when the Storm lead after 40 minutes of play this season, they are 36-0 this season when leading after 2 periods of play. No, the Bombers can come back. They've proven it. I've certainly seen it, calling it the Bomber base, but you know what? Still 20 minutes of regulation left to go. Taking a selfie. Crowd taking a selfie. Yeah, that's right. I just saw that. Hammer, 3 games in 3 days. 2 Bulldog games and a Bombers game on Monday. And you know what? You got to really hand it to Alberni. What a great addition to the VIJHL. And it's a hockey town. It's a mill town. It's a hockey town. Just like there's a lot of similarities you can draw between Campbell River and Port Alberni. And we won't even talk about salmon, okay? But they're both mill towns. They're both hockey towns. And basically 3,000 people. Ooh, close call. 3,000 people for the 3 games on the weekend. I think it was 1,500 on Saturday at the Dog Pound. And on Sunday, it was another 900 at the Dog Pound. and then almost 600 people last night at the Bomber base. Okay, so score to win. Oh, just misses. Let's see, close call. Can he get it? It looks a little off. Oh, just misses. Last one. There we go. Getting a little air on that one. It was close, but no cigar. So make your way to the fridge. And speaking of the fridge, as you heard in the first intermission, Kyle Ireland, he's actually the food critic for the VIJHL. As the guy that goes to all the arenas as part of his job with 88.5 The Beach, covering the Oceanside Generals. So if you go to a new arena anywhere on the island, the first guy you talk to is Kyle Ireland, because he can tell you what to eat at what arena. And guys, I can't wait. It's been a long time since I've been in some of these arenas, and one of my favorites has to be Peninsula and that smoky that they make. I think it's the Kinsman, or the Kiwanis. The Kiwanis run the concession, or at least did before the pandemic, and I'm told that they are still there, according to Pete Zabersky, and they still do the smokies, but their smokies are, I mean, it sounds like it's silly, it's just smokies, but it's really good. You know what, at the Bomber base, though, I'm a big fan that mac and cheese, deep fried mac and cheese. It is absolutely wonderful, especially when it's still warm. Not so great when it cools down, but it's really got that craft dinner taste to it. And as a former bachelor, I mean, I lived on craft dinner, so I just love that. And here in Campbell River, they talk about the poutine, which is very, very good here. And the deep fried pickles are pretty good too, if you're into that. So, but yeah, so please make your way to the fridge. If there's anything in there worth eating, go for it. I'm not going to tell anybody. You can always die it tomorrow. Like, life's too short. Okay, so let's take a look at the scoring race in the VIJHL. And looks like Riley Braun is back on top. Just got to get to the right page. One thing about this big crowd is it's nice and toasty inside the building. Riley Braun, 17 points in 8 games at the top of the leaderboard. Geez, that's no surprise. Logan Spears, 15 points in 8 games. Caleb Berg at 14 points. Of course, they're out. Logan Kirky, 13 points. What a series. Great offensive series between Oceanside and Comox Valley. And then Logan Walker with 12 points, along with Brendan Carlson. He's leading defenseman in scoring as well with 12. And Mateo Schoberg from Kerry Park is leading all rookies with 11 points. Goaltending race, Nick Peters with the best goals against average at 1.84. Ashton Lukin at 2.23. And it's Callum Tung at 2.26. And then everybody else above 300. Best save percentage, without question, is Callum Tung at 956. He's followed by Ashton Lukin at 930, and Dryden DeMillo at 908, and Nick Peters at 899. Coming up on, we're talking about birthdays, Storm birthdays, alumni. Coming up on, I guess it would be Thursday, 2016-17 VIJHL top goaltender Chris Smith turns 26. He was part of the Cyclone Taylor Cup silver medal Storm team in 2017. In Game 7 of the league finals that went to 4 overtime periods. It's often forgotten that he faced over 50 shots in the win. Chris is one of the nicest young men you could ever meet. Yeah, certainly the nicest young man I met in my broadcast career with the Campbell River Storm. But, going back, we're talking overtimes. I didn't call that game. I was at the arena, and I want to thank Jordan Smith and Tom Arlich because they let me stay cover the game for the Storm over in, I think it was a lacrosse box or play-by-play box or whatever it is, but over top of the ice, because the view from the broadcasters in Victoria is just outstanding. I just love that spot. You're right over top of the ice, looking down on the ice. It's great. But what a game that was. The longest overtime in VIJHL history, and it was the Game 7 deciding game for the VIJHL Championship, and it goes to 4 overtime periods. Shots on goal for Campbell River, 85, and for Victoria, 50. So 135 shots on goal. Back, I think it was April 2nd, 2017. Campbell River Storm went on to the Cyclone Taylor Cup and got blown out of the building their first game because they basically left Victoria, grabbed their gear in Campbell River, and then were off to Creston in the Kootenays, and Beaver Valley destroyed them in the first game, 6-0. And then they went on to a very, very good tournament and lost to Beaver Valley in the final. And actually, Pierce Messer, who's an assistant coach, scored the opening goal. It was a beauty, set up by Braden McCartney, a former Campbell River Tyee. But yeah, lots of great overtime memories for the Campbell River Storm. Who else is celebrating a birthday? Well, you know, another goaltender coming up on Friday, former Storm goaltender Liam Murphy. He joined the Storm midway through the 17-18 season. He turns 25 on Friday. His record with the Storm was 15-2-1 with a 1.50 goals against average and a .938 save percentage. He backstopped the Storm to their second straight VIJHL championship, and he was one of those goaltenders that just never found a home until his 20 year, and he was such a character and such a great goaltender for the Campbell River Storm, and he's going to be turning 25 on Friday. So lots of Storm stories to tell you. Not many Port Alberni stories to pass your way. Of course, first season and everything about this season, creating new memories. First goal of the season scored by Blake Power right here in this building. I got to call that. And great first shorthanded. I can't remember another shorthanded hat trick, but a shorthanded hat trick scored by Jaden Merritt at the Bomber base. I got to see that one. That was awesome. And now the Bombers in their first playoff series, taking on the Campbell River Storm and taking them to 7 games. And we still don't know the end of that story. But certainly lots to be proud of if you're a Port Alberni fan. And really good to see that kind of support for the Bombers last night. And actually here too. You're seeing a lot of Bomber fans in attendance here tonight. You're seeing a lot of Bomber fans, certainly Game 5, they were in attendance, and they were loud, and it was great. I love it. Just brought so much great atmosphere to the building, and you really caught the Storm fans, I think, off guard a little bit. They're just not used to that, and it was good to see here, certainly. Okay. Let's look around weather again. Once again, for Campbell River and area, it's going to be clear overnight, low of -1. Tomorrow, sunny and 10 degrees, and I was talking about my pond. I'm so excited. I was looking at the fish down at the bottom, and my koi and my goldfish, and you know, I can see them, right? Because this time of year, the water's crystal clear, and you can see right through the netting and right down to the bottom, and they're all hanging out down there, but it's about 50, water's about 50 degrees, so it's a little cool yet, but so I'll throw them a little bit of dried flies or whatever it is, that food they like, and just see what they do, and they were kind of going for it. So beautiful though out around the pond today. But elsewhere, let's check around this Hockey TV world of ours. Prince George, home of Jaden Merritt and Brady McIsaac, and expect tomorrow, sunny day tomorrow, a high of 1 degree, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Sylvan Lake, home of Justin Gary, number 13 for the Storm. -8 tomorrow, 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny with cloudy periods. Yeah, you know what? I said I was going to play this, but I didn't. But we're talking about Alberta right now. Maple Ridge, home of Evan Vassar-Healy, Justin Osborne, and Jackson Payer. Sunny tomorrow, 8 degrees, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Airdrie, Alberta, home of Taylor Madsen, -9 degrees. And it's going to be sunny with cloudy periods tomorrow, 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Deloraine, Manitoba. There we go. Deloraine, Manitoba, -14 tomorrow, sunny with cloudy periods. For Lake Stevens, home of Tynan Peacock, whose jersey is hanging over the Storm bench. 9 degrees tomorrow, 48 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny. Cochrane, Alberta, home of 4 Campbell River Storm players. Bergman, Cathcart, Bend, and Quaife, -8, 18 degrees Fahrenheit, a few flurries. West Kelowna, Hunter Harwood's stomping grounds, 1 degree tomorrow, mainly sunny. For Brandon, Manitoba, -14 degrees tomorrow, and sun and clouds mixed together.
When you live in Winnipeg, and it's the middle of winter, what can you be proud of? When it's 33 below and the wind instantly freezes your fingers as you fumble in the mailbox for the postcard with a picture of a beach and palm trees and a short message from a friend holidaying in Florida and wishing you were there, where is the justice? When you're 10 minutes late in the morning and you discover some nut has pulled the plug from your car and then you remember you forgot to plug it in the night before. When you're standing on Portage Avenue waiting in a 26-mile-an-hour breeze for a bus and it finally arrives and you discover you don't have the exact change. In fact, you don't have any change because you left your wallet at the office. When you stand there with your hand frozen to the shovel after 2 hours of digging out your driveway, watching your neighbor with the new snowblower throwing it all back in again, and you want to scream, but nobody can hear you because the snowplow is making too much noise as it fills in the rest of your driveway. What is there to be proud of? When it's too cold to go skiing and the letter from your aunt in Vancouver is full of complaints about rain? When you finally get your car started after waiting for the serviceman for 2.5 hours and then back into a telephone pole because the frost shield the cop told you had to put on has a leak in it and you can't see out of your car anyway? When the whole world is one great big frozen icicle clinging to your chin as if it grew there, where is hope? Well, my friend, you can be proud. There is hope. Be proud. Proud of the fact you've survived. Take raw courage in your heart and fight on. Fight on with this thought growing in your head. Summer is only 6 months away, and you wouldn't want to miss that wonderful day. So fight on, Manitoba! Fight on! Fight on! Fight
on! And we're back here at Rod Brindamore Arena in Campbell River, BC for all our good friends in Manitoba. Many who have made the trip out here this winter to watch their boys, whether they're playing for the Campbell River Storm, the Oceanside Generals. Lots of boys from Manitoba picking the VIJHL as a place to play. Of course, I did some time in Manitoba as a young man. Grew up in Winnipeg. St. James. And man, it was cold. But you know what? I was selling some Storm players. I was never so cold as my first winter here in Comox after coming from Winnipeg. Play underway here. 20 minutes of regulation. Storm up 3-1. And is that going to be icing? It is going to be icing. We'll have a stoppage in play. And boy, I think it's even louder right now than it was before. Bombers looking to get a couple to bring this game even. Storm looking to get one to get another insurance goal. 14 seconds in, play in the Storm zone. Bombers had it momentarily, but the Storm take over in their own zone. That's Corrado. Corrado just dumps it in on goal, straight into the glove of Tongue, and the Storm will get an offensive zone face-off with just 26 seconds gone here in the period. Yeah, meant to play that before, but not having a home game for about 2 months kind of changed that. We had, at one point we had 3 kids from Manitoba. Face off, 4 kids actually. Bombers in their own zone. Mastrodonado leaves it. And here come the Bombers. They'll enter the Storm zone. Erickson with a shot, blocker save. He was going top corner, and the Storm will bring it out. Gary. Good job by Harwood to get in his way. And the play will be in the Bomber zone. In this third period, Storm with behind the net. Gary turns behind the net. Back to the point to Coghlan. Coghlan in the middle of the ice. Coghlan gets it to Billy. Billy in the corner. Billy behind the net. Far side now. Turns, puts it in deep, goes off a stick behind the net. Erickson gets to it. Trying to get it to Mastrodonado, but they can't get it out. Coghlan. Coghlan riding the line. Still with it. He'll go for a skate. Puts it out front. Went off the skate of Davidson. Right back to Coghlan. Behind the net. Storm poked off the stick. And picking it up is Harwood. Harwood off the wall. Kept in by the Storm. Nagy. Storm player in deep. That was Rutland. Pass just went right through. Chance! Went right through the Storm player in the slot. Benoche. Oh, toe save. Nice shot from Benoche. And Tongue had to extend, and they'll freeze it, make another stop. So you'll have to, regardless of what happens here, you'll have to stay tuned to the VIJHL website to find out when the North Division finals get underway. Face-off, won by the Storm. Offensive zone face-off, goes in behind the net to Rutland. Rutland gets it to Finner. Finner back to the point. Kept in by Dumont. Good job by Wyatt Dumont. The Bombers will take over in their own zone, and out they come. In the middle of the ice, Storm intercept. They'll fire it right back in. That was Messer, and it goes in behind the net. Vassar-Healy, he's double teamed, but the Bombers will get it out, at least in front of their net. Now they'll get it outside the line, and Bomber player just slipped over the blue line, and here comes Messer. Messer takes a shot. Oh, and it went off. Might have gone off the defender, but it just missed. Quaife over to Dumont. Dumont just fires it in. Vassar-Healy, he'll go for his skate. Passes it up to the wing. That's Elmer in deep. Elmer. Storm intercept. And it's Dumont in his own zone. Back to the point. Sandberg gets a shot. It was wide. It's going wide, but it's cleared away by Peters. Back to the point. Sandberg goes off his skate. Storm will try and get to it. They'll get it to the line and out. And going back to clean it up. It's a steal. Here's Cathcart. Cathcart with a shot. Oh my goodness. It's under his skate. He reached out and just got it with his skate. It might have been going wide, but Cathcart with the steal and a great opportunity. Storm out shooting the Bombers 38-8. But one goal and the Bombers are right back in this one. VIJHL comes up with the puck. Goes in the corner. Storm steal it, but it's actually, I don't know why I said VIJHL. It was Madsen. Madsen now goes for a skate. Madsen, big tall player. Good work by Madsen, but Cannon poked off his stick. Bend. He'll skate out from behind his own net. He's at center ice. Bend to Frank. Bend just kept it himself. Back to the point. Nagy looking for some room. Takes a shot and a nice save from Tung. With 16:10 left to go in the third period. Yeah, as I mentioned, the Campbell Retirees hosting the U18 Tier 2 Provincials March 20th to 24th right here at Rod Brind'Amour Arena. Those games will be available on Hockey TV. Watch Future Stars of the VIJHL March 20th to 24th. Back to the point. Storm just put it in deep. Goes off the back of the net. Near corner now in the Bombers' end. Storm will leave it in the corner. That's Savvy. Savvy for Price. Price behind the net. Back to the point to Quaife. Quaife puts it in the corner behind the net. Price, he's taken down. Goes to Savvy. Sandberg, he'll intercept behind his own net. Into the skates of McDonald. McDonald, nice pass to Merritt. Merritt comes in, takes a shot, and it's swallowed up by Peters. Bombers now with a face-off in the Campbell River end. 4 minutes and 26 seconds gone here in the third period. For Port Alberni tomorrow, you can expect a sunny day. High of 9 degrees or 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Going to be a beautiful day on the island. Bombers get it to the corner in the Storm zone. Kept in at the line by the Bombers, and they were trying to feed Merritt. He was sneaking in behind the D. Goes to Bend. Bend in the far corner. Bend tries to center. Oh, puts it in front of the net. And Tung had to be sharp, make a stop. McDonald goes off his glove, and Storm will get it to center ice. Oh, hard hit delivered on Steele, and here comes Harwood. Harwood thought about shooting with the backhand, fires it towards net. It's blocked by the Storm into the middle of the ice. Storm will get it to center ice, and a good play by Frank. Frank will go in, put some pressure on Payer. Payer protects the puck. He'll skate backwards. Billy also helping out. Here come the Bombers with speed out of their own zone. That's Harwood. Harwood up the middle. Nice play by Kai Banoche. Gary picks up that puck. Gary's got Billy in the front of the net. Broken up. Trailing. Shot. Went out off a player and into the corner. Back to the point. Coghlan on the half wall to Banoche with a shot. Oh, and that was a tough shot, but Tung gets a piece of it, goes into the glass behind the net. Gary passes it. Storm back to the point. Here's Billy. Billy passes it across. Nagy with a shot. Rebound and cleared away by the Bomber defense and down the ice. It'll be played by Peters. Peters up the ice to Gary. Gary along the boards just outside the Bombers blue line. Banoche helping him out. Erickson tries to get it. Bombers do get possession. They'll try the near corner. Goes to Nagy. Nagy in his own end. He'll leave it. And the Storm into the middle of the ice. Getting a stick on it was Gary. Good job by Gary to get to it. And here comes Kai Banoche. Gary goes off for a line change. Banoche 1 on 3 or 4 or 5. Storm still with possession. Centering it across, looking for Rutland, and he just couldn't handle the pass. Goes in behind the net. In the corner now. Bombers, they'll take over. Storm will push it back in, but the Bombers will get it outside the line. 13:08 left to go. Storm enter the zone. Shot block. Rutland puts it in front of the nets. Nobody there except for Bombers, and they'll take it the other way. 12:56 left to go. Osborne puts it in the corner. Messer and Osborne meet each other. Storm put it to the far side. Going back for it is McLean. McLean puts it behind the net to Osborne. Osborne puts it out front. Nobody there. Back to the point. Sandberg rounds the boards. Goes all the way to the other point, and it's Madsen. Good job by Madsen to protect that puck. Madsen walking in. Sharp angled shot into the glove of Peters. 7 minutes, 28 seconds gone. Shots on goal, 41-10 in favor of Campbell River. It's 3-1 Storm. Mason Cannon from Ucluelet, BC, wins the draw. Steele along the boards. Caught up in the scrum. Goes back to the point. Good job by Madsen to hold the line. To Sandberg. Near. Oh, shot goes wide. Goes all the way back to the point. Poked outside the line. Storm will come the other way. Hits a break. Partial break. Coming in on goal. Across. Can't get the shot off. Through traffic. Corrado takes a stab at it. Price in the corner. Bombers behind the net. Storm doing a good job. It's a steal in front of the net. Shot. Great save. Tongue off of Price. And Corrado trips over the linesman. But what a great save from Tongue. If Bombers come back, you can look to that save. Price doesn't miss from there. And Callum Tongue with a robbery. 11:58 left to go here in the third period. Bombers trailing by 2. They'll win the draw on their own end. And here come the Bombers, 2-on-2, crossing the line. Merritt dropped the pass, but here comes the Storm, 3-on-1. Lone man back. Offside at the line. 3-on-1 offside. $11:42 left to go. Face-off will be just outside the Bombers' blue line to our left. Bombers win the draw. Fire rate down the ice, goes off the stick of Quaife. Quaife double team, so he goes the other way. And here comes Frank. Frank flicks it to center ice off the stick of Cathcart. Cathcart tries to steal the puck. Goes to McDonald. 2 players collide. Bombers enter the zone. And it goes softly down the ice. It could be icing. And it is 11:07. Bombers will have a face-off in the Storm end to the left of Nick Peters from Powell River, BC. The VIJHL top goaltender for 21-22 season. McDonald in the face-off circle against Bend. Here's a chance. Merritt takes a shot. Went off a stick. Sharp angled shot. That was Steele looking for his first goal of the playoffs. Here's Frank. Frank dumps it in. He'll go chase it behind the net. He gets to it. Far corner. He's taken hard into the boards. Clean check. And Storm will try and freeze it in the corner. Frank comes out of the corner. Puts it to, it was trying to find Corrado, but it was just too soft for him. And now the Bombers will bring it down the ice. They'll put it in McDonald. McDonald tries a toe drag. Good play by the Storm defender. That was Finner. Finner up to Frank. Frank dumps it. Far corner, and then he'll go off for a line change. Bomber loses it, loses footing. Corrado with a shot. What a save! Storm now. Corrado through traffic. Caught up in skates. And it's Davidson. Goes for his skate. 10:06 left to go. Bombers will get it to center ice. And it goes back to Nagy, I believe it is. Nagy does a spinorama. Here's a steal. Davidson walks out. Oh, he tried to walk out front, but he lost the puck. Goes off his skates. And it's smothered by Peters, 9:47. And after every whistle now, you're seeing a crowd. That'll be our TV timeout, brought to you by Campbell River Hot Tubs out in Willow Point, who have been there all season for the Campbell River Storm.
On various social media platforms, just to keep an eye on what's happening, what's coming up in the series and in the league. But for now, let's join Stop and Tom with the alternate Canadian.
On this date in history, 2019, the Storm staved off elimination in Game 6 of the quarterfinals with a 3-1 win over Peninsula in 2019. Tyler Chizowski, Mike Dick, and Josh Peterson with the Campbell River goals. Aaron DeCook earned the victory. The Storm won the series the next day, coming back from a 3-1 series deficit. In 2018, the Storm took Game 2 of the semifinals 5-2 over West Shore back in 2018. Reed Wielden with 2 goals, Cole Slaney, Kyle Kaufman, a former Port Alberni Bulldog, and Jake McKenzie scored for Campbell River. Liam Murphy was between the pipes for the victory. And of course, he's got a birthday coming up on Friday. They won the VIJHL championship that year, 2018. Face off in the Storm zone with 9:47 left to go. Face off to the right of Nick Peters. Storm win the draw. They'll get it to center ice. Bombers will fire it back in. Goes to James Quaith. James Quaith passes it up. Here come the Storm. They enter the zone. Go straight to the net. Shot goes off the back wall into the corner. Corrado leaves it for Savy. Savy and Ulmer collide. Savy comes up with the puck. Back to the point. That's Quaith. Quaith off a stick. Once again, those Bombers and those sticks are just incredible. Osborne dumps it into the far corner. A tumbling muffin goes to Peters. Peters up to Savy on the wall. Savy off the stick of the Storm player. Bombers will take over though. Osborne passes it up. C tries to stick handle, goes behind the net. Franklin gets it to a fellow Storm player and they'll skate it up that right side. Franklin just directs it. And it might have gone straight out. It did go straight out, and faceoff will be just outside the blue line. 8:45 left to go. Guy Benoche takes the draw against Cannon. Cannon wins it. Goes into the Bombers' end. Sandberg behind his own net. Sandberg passes it up. He was looking for C, but intercepted by Billy, and he fires it in deep. Tongue will leave it for Sandberg. Easton Sandberg. Got up in the skates of Madsen. Madsen at his own blue line with speed. Madsen coming up the middle, and a Storm player got their stick in the way just in time, and the Bombers end the zone. That's Steele. Trailing the play was Cannon. Cannon in the corner. Cannon. Carson Steele tried to center it, but it went off a Storm player. Fanning on the clearance was a Storm player, but Coughlin crosses the line. Coughlin gets it to the corner. In the Bombers' end, 7:54 left to go. That's Coughlin. He'll walk right in. Coughlin with a shot. Just misses. Tries to center it. Storm player, that was Benoche, just put it towards net. And Tongue makes the stop with 7:46 left to go. I said I was going to do it regardless of what the score was, but I want to thank these two organizations for all the support they've given me this season. Campbell River Storm have been there for me, and they've done some really nice things for me over the years. But I also like to thank the Bombers, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Face off, won by the Storm, but it goes straight to the Bombers, and they'll bring it into the Storm zone. Erickson had it momentarily. Bombers will steal, though. That's McDonald. Calgary, Alberta. Erickson puts it on goal. Steered to the corner by Peters. Messer can't get it by Erickson. Goes into the Storm near corner. And Quaith. Softly, Harwood. Harwood in the corner. He's got some speed. Tries to move to the front of the net. And he's intercepted it. Here come the Storm. 3-on-2. Getting back in time, though, is Harwood in the corner. Rutland with a shot. Toe save. Soft shot, but a good save from Tongue. Puck put in behind the net. Storm in the near corner. Finner Cross ice. Back to the point. Messer with a shot. It was wide. Put out in front. And the Bombers intercept. They'll flick it down the ice. Good job by Quaife to keep it in. Or get it, fire it in with 6:39 left to go. And here come the Bombers. A little more jump in their step. And the Bombers will be going to the power play. It'll be Quinn Messer going in for 2. Bombers with a great opportunity to get back into this game. Trailing by 2. Shots on goal 44-12. They're down by 2 going to the power play. Heading into tonight, they were 3 for 21. Yeah, 3 for 21. I believe this is their second power play of the night. Bombers calling a timeout. They realize that it's do or die time. They need to get something going here. (3-1) the score. Bombers down by 2. 6:31 on the clock. Quinn Messer in the box. See if the Bombers have a little razzle-dazzle left. Carson Steele will take the draw. He's got McDonald with him. Looks like Merritt on the far side. Harwood and Payer. The usual suspects. Fight around, kept in by Harwood. He puts it in deep. In behind the net. Quaife will try and get to it. Quaife tries to freeze it along the boards. Bombers steal it. Back to the point it goes. Payer's got a lot of goals this season on the power play. Harwood passes it across. In close. Bombers going to the outside. Payer looking for a lane. Payer passes it. Top of the circle. Into the corner. Merritt along the wall. 6 minutes exactly left in the period. Harwood back to Merritt. Merritt takes a shot and got a glove on it, but it was going high. Looking top corner. Harwood back to the point. Good save at the line by Payer. Back to Harwood. 1:10 left to go on the man advantage for the Bombers. Sutton's Funeral Home penalty kill. Harwood puts it to the corner. Then goes straight to the net. Merritt with a shot. Changed. Toe save. What a save. Might have been going wide. Storm can't get it out. Back to the point. Harwood with it. Harwood passes it to Merritt. Merritt. Bombers looking good on this one. They'll try and center it. Great defensive play by Franklin. 48 seconds left. Bombers. Good possession. Back to the point to Harwood. Harwood brings it in. Takes it. No, passed it across. That's Payer. Payer looking for a lane. Still can't find one. Good defense by the Storm. Went off the Bomber player and out of play. It'll go outside the line as it went off of Steele. And the faceoff will go just outside the blue line with 34 seconds left to go. And a power play that was basically the entire power play in the Storm zone. And the penalty killers for the Storm. What a great play by Franklin to come across and take away that pass that was going to the front of the net. 5:05 left to go in the third period. Bombers just fire it into the Storm zone. Going back for it is Coughlin. Coughlin just rounds the board. Storm, good job at the line, but the Storm will get it out. Bombers backing up, looking to set up. In deep is Rutland. Rutland doing good work, and then he'll back off just a little bit. Bombers up the middle to McDonald. McDonald stops at center ice, passes it across. There's a lane up the middle. Shot went off the stick of a Storm player and out of play. Faceoff will be in the Storm zone with just 4 seconds left to go in the Sutton's Funeral Home penalty kill. 4:35 left to go in regulation. Erickson in the face-off circle. Bombers get possession. Vassar-Healy passes it across. Working in, shot, doesn't get through. Great block by the Storm. We're back to 5 aside. Bombers, though. It should have been offside. Bomber did touch it, but they'll let it go. as our Mike, oh, scores! Sorry about that, we missed that goal. Piece of equipment fell. And it's Coughlin leading the parade. You know what, it's so bouncy and noisy here that our extra microphone just came off, and the Storm, after killing that penalty, take a 4-1 lead. Ben Coughlin at 15:46. Campbell River Storm make it 4-1. That was weird, hey Paul? Face-off won by the Storm, 4:12 left to go.
Unassisted, scored by number 59. Title 15-46. Coughlin unassisted at 15-46.
And play behind the net in the Bombers zone. Storm with possession. Bit of a hook there. And here come the Bombers. They'll come the other way. Osborne down that right side. Centers it. Good save by Peters. Shot through traffic and it goes just wide. Vassar-Healy pinching in. Storm will try and get out. Good job by Vassar-Healy. He does another great job of keeping it in the zone. Along the wall, it's pinned. Bombers frantic to try and get that puck out of there. Storm content to just kill time with 3:16 left to go. Ben now, he'll freeze it. His turn to freeze it. Bombers will try and dig it out. Great work along the boards by the Storm to freeze that puck. 3:06 left to go, and now they're pitchforking, trying to dig that out. And we'll have a stoppage in play with 3:04 left to go. As I was saying, I really appreciate all the help I've received from the Bombers staff when it comes to working those games in Port Alberni for the Hammer when he was busy with Bulldog games. I really enjoyed myself, and I really would like to thank the Bomber organization for treating me so well this past season. And you know what? It's fun having you guys in the league. Vassar-Healy. Game's not over yet, though. 3 minutes left. And the Storm will get it out. And here comes Messer. Messer in on goal. Messer takes a shot. Nice save. Rebound. Rutland looking for the rebound, and it's stopped by Tongue with 2:46 left to go. Gary will take the draw. Offensive zone face-off for the Storm. Tied up in the circle. Madsen plays it to the wall. Back to Madsen. Madsen behind his net. Bombers, they'll bring it out. C. Storm intercept at their own blue line. Nagy down the left side. Nagy, oh, a hip check delivered by Saunders, and then he takes a bump from Billy. Shot blocked by the Bombers. Gary with a shot. It goes off a Bomber into the corner. Storm with possession. 2:09 left to go. Play in the corner. Storm will try and get it up front. Bombers will get it though, and out they come. Played into the Storm zone. Okay, here come the Storm. Gary going to the net. In the corner. Here's Nagy. Nagy with a shot. Nice glove save. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to see Keelan Hondro maybe come in, but Bombers still playing for the win or for a couple of quick goals, but love to see the 20-year-old get some time in there. Of course, two 20-year-olds on the Bombers team. Brendan Almer, who scored that overtime winner in game 2. And Keelan Hondro. It's a young team. Robbie Steele. He'll bring it out. 1:19 left to go. In deep. Mills for Savy. Savy skates out front of his own net. Good job by Cannon. Storm will try the other way. And here comes Price to the middle of the ice. Turned aside easily by Tongue. Quaife passes it across. Picked up by Corrado. Corrado takes a shot. Far side was wide. Goes all the way out to center ice with 36 seconds left to go. Quaife behind his own net. Storm playing with the puck. Forcing around with it, as Chase would say. Storm just killing time here. Quaife just dumps it in. Rounds the boards. 4 seconds. 2, 1. The Campbell River Storm have defeated the Port Alberni Bombers 4-1 in Game 7. And what a series. This was a lot harder than anybody expected. Put things in perspective, Campbell River Storm with the best record in BC Junior B hockey this season. The Bombers rank 40th. The Bombers take the Storm, put the Storm on the brink of elimination, and the Storm come through in the end. But what a series from number 1, Callum Tongue. And this is, what a season for the Port Alberni Bombers. You know, this was a season of growth for this team, and I've talked about it lots of times because Hammer and I have talked about it as well, is I saw this team evolve through the beginning of the season to where they are now, and it's night and day, and you have to give a lot of credit to the management team, the coaches, the whole organization for developing these young players. This is a very young team, and they've played above themselves this season. And the Campbell River Storm, kudos to the Campbell River Storm. This has been one of the most challenging seasons for the Campbell River Storm. Despite their record this season, I've never seen the kind of obstacles that have been in front of them this season. You know, when you look at what they had to face with between weather, between power outages, between the pandemic, and of course not being in your home arena for almost 2 months. So the best part of junior hockey in the playoffs, the handshake at the end, and Lee Stone at the end congratulating each young Bomber player, because you know what, they played a whale of a series. And how about Jaden Merritt this season? What a great performer. Of course, Brady McIsaac not available last few games, and as soon as he's healthy, he's up with the Bulldogs. And of course, a player that's not here because he moved up already, and that's Blake Power. What a great player, Blake Power, for the Port Alberni Bombers. But yeah, you really have to look at number 1, Callum Tongue. You know what? You knew he was something special the first time I saw him play. And then he made a couple of mistakes that you would expect from a rookie goaltender. But down the stretch, he was fabulous. And I don't think you can have enough adjectives or whatever to describe just what he meant to this playoff series. I think this is a totally different series without Callum Tongue. And the other thing, too, that you've also got to credit the rest of the teammates is they played really well in front of him. They played as a unit. They kind of reminded me of for Storm fans that have been around for a while, the Beaver Valley team from 2017-18, because they played as a unit and they were very opportunistic. So Campbell River Storm, once again, win Game 7. And nice to see some of the injured players out there. And Handshake still going on. Last two to handshake. Galen Patterson and Lee Stone. And you know what? Smiles on their faces. And you know what? Got to be proud of these guys for facing all the adversity that they faced. And stay tuned. We'll find out when this next semifinal between the Oceanside Generals and the Campbell River Storm is due to take place. This is kind of a throwback to the 2019-2020 season, because it was the Campbell River Storm and Oceanside Generals that were supposed to meet in the North Division Finals, and it was canceled because of COVID. And that was the season the Oceanside Generals finished first in the North Division. Campbell River finished second. So the Bombers just getting ready, to, slowly heading towards the end. I just got to give these guys a round of applause, because what a great series they played. What a great season for the Bombers. I'd like to thank all the fans that made that trip last night and support the organization. And no doubt they'll be raring to go for next season. Probably already started recruiting players for next season. Once again, thank you to the 20s for the Bombers. Keelan Hondro from Bowen Island. And Brendan Elmer from OK Hammer from Port Alberni and Campbell River. There we go. Got to interview those two a month or two ago, and I love talking to these guys about their hockey journeys. Keelan Hondro, who had to take the ferry to all his practices in West Vancouver. Storm now salute the fans in the usual fashion. And we got the message, Oceanside. See you soon, Campbell River. I don't know if that's, it looks like jubilance. I don't know if that's jubilance or relief for the Campbell River Storm. They outshot the Bombers 48-14. So, just waiting for the fitness, etc. 3 stars. These are all in-house stars. Alex Bend. Might take a little while for the players to come out, probably celebrating, and there's Alex Bend. It's brought to you by Fitness, etc. Prefer the way the Bombers do. I really do like the way they do that, old school. Number 20, Jalen Price, boy. He's really a difference maker in the lineup. The 20-year-old from Campbell River. Cody Savey, first star tonight. 20-year-old. His mom, I was talking to his mom. His mom, he was thinking about packing it in. His mom said, come on, what are we going to do? One more season, finish it. And he decided to come back for his 20-year because mom asked. So on behalf of the crew here in Campbell River, don't know when the next game will be. We'll stay tuned to the VIJHL website. But on behalf of myself, Mark Berry, and Paul Saunders on camera, who's done a great job, thank you so much for tuning in from Campbell River. This is VIJHL Hockey. It's the Oceanside Generals and the Campbell River Storm moving to round 2.